Hello and welcome to this new video. Today we are going to take a look at the residual aluminium test whose MSF code appears here. I remind you that we are in step 4 of the water supply cycle in the water pre-treatment phase before chlorination. Residual aluminium monitoring should be performed after assisted sedimentation to ensure that the concentrations of aluminium containing coagulants do not exceed the standard value of 0.20 milligrams per litre. There are a few studies on the health effects of aluminium, but it is known that there is a correlation with an increased risk of neurological diseases. Therefore, as a precautionary measure and to protect our most vulnerable beneficiaries, such as malnourished children, we have chosen to systematically measure the concentrations when we use aluminium as a coagulant. We use the M-Color test kit from Merck, which allows us to run up to 185 tests. The concentration of aluminium is measured by visual comparison of the color with a colorimetric scale. The module consists of the following elements: 1 grey plastic box, 1 polystyrene comparator block, 1 bottle of reagent AL1, 1 bottle of reagent AL2, 2 bottles of reagent AL3, 1 graduated plastic syringe of 5 milliliters, 1 graduated plastic syringe of 3 milliliters, 2 test tubes with screw caps in the comparator block, 1 cardboard colorimetric scale. The module costs €312 at MSF Logistic and weighs 500 grams. The first step in performing a residual aluminium test is to check the cleanliness of your test tubes. If in doubt, do not hesitate to ask your laboratory technician for support on your project. These products are used in microscopy. Attention! The analysis must be done immediately after the sample is taken, and the pH must be between 3 and 10. If the samples are too turbid, they must be filtered. Slide the comparator block to the left until it reaches the stop, so that the end holding the test tubes protrudes laterally from the bottom of the box. The next step is to unfold the colored card and insert it, colored end first, into the slot at the bottom of the right edge of the box. Now install the test tubes in the slots provided on the left side of the comparator block. The measuring tube will be positioned above the white circles. The tube position above the colored circles will serve as a comparison. Then take 5 milliliters of the water to be tested and inject it into each tube. Be aware that the temperature of the water to be tested should be between 15 and 40 degrees Celsius. Now fill the microspoon, which you'll find by unscrewing the cap, with the AL1 reagent. You must fill the spoon to the top edge. This is what the manual calls a rested spoon. Then add the content of the microspoon into the measuring tube and close the cap immediately after use. The next step is to shake the measuring tube vigorously for a few seconds until the reagent is completely dissolved. Then collect 1.2 milliliters of Al2 reagent with the second syringe. You can inject these 1.2 milliliters of Al2 reagent into the measuring tube and close the cap immediately after use. Now shake the measuring tube for a few seconds to mix the solution. Then it is necessary to add Al3 reagent using the drop bottle. Inject 4 drops of Al3 reagent into the measuring tube and remember to close the cap immediately after use. Be careful to hold the bottle upright during this operation. Then shake the measuring tube for a few seconds to mix the solution. Let it stand for 7 minutes, the time needed for the reaction. I advise you to put a timer on a watch or a cell phone. You can now slide the color card to the left until the closest possible color match is obtained between the two open test tubes, seen from above. This gives you your residual aluminium result. Here the color of the sample indicates that we get an aluminium concentration of 0.07 milligrams per litre. Please note that the color of the sample remains stable for about 15 minutes after the end of the reaction time. Remember to record your results in a logbook and repeat the operation if the water quality conditions change. You can find the whole procedure in the user's manual supplied with the kit, and additional information in the Public Health Engineering Sheet 2.14. Thank you for your attention, and see you soon for new videos.